Almost 80% of the actors
Mm.
that we have in this film are non-Indians. So it was very
Okay.
interesting interacting with them, knowing about their approach to the profession. We just used to have very friendly discussions, and it was very interesting to share screen with such actors. It was a very new experience and so many things to learn. So we
Right.
spent almost 1.5 months inside a haunted house, like easily, very peacefully, irrespective of a film being female oriented or male oriented. The film will do well only if the content is good.
Very true. Very
Every
true.
male oriented film is not doing great, and every female oriented film is not a failure.
Hello, Manju. Hi, this is
How are
another
you?
Manju. I'm
Hi,
very well. How
Manisha.
are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I like it. You're beginning 2023 with a bang. Well done, you, with your own production. You have to tell me all about Aisha. I like the fact it's got our Arabic touch to it, a bit of
Yes,
our reality. So
it's
tell
not
us
my
about
own
it.
production. That's a small correction in there. It's not my own production.
Oh, really?
Aisha,
I
Aisha,
assumed it
you're talking
was.
about Aisha, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not. It's not my production.
It's not okay, but doesn't matter. You are acting in it. That is proof enough to watch the movie. Perhaps you should tell us, why should we see it, Manju?
Well, it's definitely the audience choice, like if they want to watch the movie or not at the end of the day. But love, I would like the audience to watch it because we have very soulfully, we have very happily made this movie with so much of dreams and expectations, and we believe it's a good movie, and
Right.
we believe that it's going to be a good experience for the audience, and I would want the audience to watch the film without any expectations or not to have any preconceived notions in their minds before watching it. It's just a good, simple, small, light-hearted movie, and we want the audience to watch it in that sense.
Because you play a house help in this, right?
Yes, yes. Aisha is a maid who works in a Saudi household.
Mm.
So that's where the almost 97, 98% of the movie is happening in Saudi Arabia. But we have shot the film in Ras Al Khaimah because we could not get the suitable locations in Saudi Arabia
Right.
during the time we wanted to shoot the movie.
Yeah.
So we have shot the movie in Ras Al Khaimah,
Uh-huh.
and the whole even the setting of the story and the way the director and the producer, the way they wanted to approach the film, made me think that a very clear they have a great clarity on how the movie should reach the audience. And of course I felt it's a good team because Zakaria, who's one of the main producers of the film, he's already made a couple of very well appreciated films already. He has directed
Right.
he's the director of Sudani from Nigeria and Halal Love Story, and
Yeah.
even the writer Ashif Kakodi. He is a co-writer of Halal Love Story, and they all come from the same group. And even
Yeah.
the director Amir, even though this is his directorial debut, this he is a very close associate of Zakaria, the
Okay.
director. Yeah, so they
Right.
all have. I felt that they really have a very interesting perspective of the film. So I
Right.
thought might as well be part of it.
Right, right. Of course. I feel all the names that you just said, I think they're great at making these ordinary lives seem extraordinary in many ways. It's not easy to do it, right? Because there's always a class warfare that happens. It's all in the background, but it's not out in the open. They don't rub it in our faces, but it's all there. Those subtexts are there. Does this movie also tackle class warfare in a more humorous, perhaps in a more humane way?
I wanted to clarify that because this is not about a class warfare. Because any movie that we have seen about a maid in which the protagonist is a maid is generally seen to be ending up as a story of tears and
Yes.
hardships and all in life. But this is a quite very different approach, and perhaps that's one of the things that excited me about the script because this is not at all a sob story of a housemaid. This
Lovely.
is this is actually something which happened in the real life of one of you will know when you watch the film. We are revealing it is a real life story. It's not
Right.
it's not a biography, or it's not been shown as a person's life, but this story has been greatly inspired by a real life, the episode that happened in a person's life,
No,
a
I love
person
it.
who has gone to work in a Saudi household as a maid. So
Uh-huh.
this is a very interesting story of a friendship. All
No,
you'll watch the what happens when a lady goes to work in a household, and how the relationship between the lady and different people in the house
right,
develops. And
right,
so
right.
that's what it's all about, and it's been shown in a very interesting light, unlike uh, how we have seen in few of the previous films which have had Arab influences in the film, either Arab characters which maybe just come and go as a cameo, or we have seen films where the superior Arabs are shown as like maybe cruel people who
Yes,
torture Indians who go to work. But
there's
this
a
is a very
stereotype.
different
Yeah,
approach.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
There's a
Yeah,
stereotype
yeah. I
attached
don't
to
want
Arab
to like
culture.
give out too many
Yes.
spoilers about the movie.
No, 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 no. But it's really nice. And I like how you say that it's a light-hearted film. It's not to be taken
Yes.
so seriously. Your
Yeah.
characters. The thing with you, I think, as an actress is if you're in a movie, somehow we expect a lot of drama, tears, the whole thing, you know. It's very rare of you to take on a role which is just like, which is all sunshine and happiness. I think
No,
that's
but
why.
of course, I'm not saying that this is all sunshine and happiness. Of course, it has its own emotional moments in the film, but there is a very interesting way to how the director has approached such sequences. It's a very real story, so it has all the real emotions that any human being will have in his or her life. It's
Right.
all there, yeah, but it's been shown in a very different light.
Excellent, excellent. And it's also a tale of sisterhood, I feel, between two
Yes,
an unlikely friendship being struck by
yes,
two
yes.
people belonging to two different worlds. Was
Yeah.
it easy? Did you have workshops with the lady who was playing your boss in the
Oh, no,
movie?
no, no. She's a wonderful actor. She's from Syria, actually. She lives in UAE, but yeah, she's a Syrian actor. And
Yeah.
even every actor in the film, almost 80% of the actors
Mm.
that we have in this film are non-Indians. So it was very
Okay.
interesting interacting with them, knowing about their approach to the profession. We just used to have very friendly discussions, and it was very interesting to share screen with such actors. It was a very new experience and so many things to learn. And for example, how you like wait for the last word of their dialogue to know when to start your dialogue. So it was all it's a totally
Right.
different school, and it's not the usual kind of filming, the kind of shooting that happens in a normal Malayalam film that is shot in Kerala. So it was
Right.
very different.
No, what was it like filming in Ras Al Khaimah? I remember going for a shooting set, to visit a set when Akshay Kumar and for Airlift with Nimrit Kaur, I think, yeah. And it
Mhm.
was so different. It was dressed up as, I think, another region, but another
Uh-huh.
Middle Eastern region, I remember. So, in your
Okay.
case, also, is it very different being in Ras Al Khaimah because you are a familiar face in the UAE? People love you. The kind of stampedes you trigger because of your appearances are legendary. So was it easy to shoot without being noticed, without having the people crowd? What was your experience like?
For us, we had the even in the film, most of the scenes are happening inside the household,
Ah,
which the
okay.
main location was. That was actually very interesting because the location that we chose was a haunted house.
Ah,
A very well-known haunted house, a very large palatial bungalow, which
right,
was it was like it usually has tickets given out for people to come and see the haunted house. So we
right.
spent almost 1.5 months inside a haunted house, like easily, very peacefully. We had no like
No, no visits from
paranormal
nobody.
encounters in the house.
Oh,
So we all had a great time. The whole unit. We didn't stay in the house, but
yes.
we were there till morning, till night. Some days through the night when we had
Okay,
overnight. We spent the whole
right.
the most of the like most of the days we shot in Raisal Kaima was inside the house. We had very, very rarely we went for outdoor shoots.
That's
because
so
the story
interesting.
is happening inside the house.
And Manju, South Indian cinema is going through this moment of reckoning, with especially with Triple R, quoting the awards glory like the Golden Globes, etc. That it won. Suddenly, everybody is sitting up and taking notice of Malayalam cinema. I feel we were there much earlier. I think at least so many decades ago. But in your case, do you think suddenly people are noticing what you have to do, what Malayalam cinema and the actors are capable of? Is it a good time?
I think the exposure, the credit for all the exposure should be given to the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's the OTT
So,
boom that happened during the pandemic period gave an exposure to Malayalam cinema, which had never happened before. People were they were searching for Malayalam films. People started all over India, especially, and I'm sure all over the at least some people all over the world might have started noticing Indian films and especially Malayalam films. So I think that is really that should really help the industry to be
mm,
conscious enough to have the conscience that you should actually give good content to the world because the whole world is watching. So I think
right.
that yeah, that conscience will help everyone, including me, in the terms of choosing films and to have like to
Yes.
filter my choices and even to improve, refine myself as an actor. It made me want to improve a lot. So it inspired me to work on myself a lot. So I think that's all really helpful.
No, I think you're a perfect actor. You're perfect. You don't have to change.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
sweet. Thank you.
no, no, no. But seriously, if you're in a movie, we watch it. I think that's a goodwill that not every actor can boast of. But Manju Warrier, one another thing that I noticed during the pandemic was the women-centric stories that came. Delhi crime, and yesterday I saw Trial by Fire. Brilliant stuff. Again, it was spearheaded by a woman. Do you think that is also helping? Like suddenly stories, even this movie, I feel you are leading it, and then there's another woman. I didn't even notice the men honestly in the trailer, so it's almost like I have to go back to it and find out. Is that a good thing?
Just happened to be a story where women are the protagonists.
Mm,
I want to believe, and I always say this when I'm asked this question, that it's irrespective of a film being female oriented or male oriented, the film will do well only if the content is good.
very true. Very
Every
true.
male oriented film is not doing great, and every female oriented film is not a failure. So
Mm,
it all depends on the quality of the content and how the content is capable of engaging the audience. I
right.
think that's what matters at the end of the day. So the female and male oriented, that that notion is a bit outdated now.
Also, Manju, you are like the Kerala's darling. Nothing you can do. I mean, in their eyes, I think you can do no wrong. Is that a very tough title to hold? And do you feel a bit overwhelmed by the love you get sometimes?
No. I never think about all of it, Manjusha. It's people are very kind. I've been really blessed with the audience, the love from the audience, and even from people like you. I'm reminded of it only when people like you ask questions like this to me. Otherwise, I never plan something to impress the audience or maybe I don't do any strategic planning, or I don't, that doesn't work in my case. So I just do what I feel like doing and I just go with the flow. That's what I do.